Illinois Stories is brought to you by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the support of viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Illinois Stories. I'm Mark McDonald in Springfield on the far southwest side, where a new store offers a new kind of shopping experience. At Dream Suites, where they sell mattresses, you get to try out your own suite and test the mattress on your own. Not only is that unique, but the proceeds from this store go to support the Lincoln Land Stroke Support Network. Well, Tracy Green, we're in one of the newest mattress outlets in Central Illinois, but certainly the most unusual.
We think so, Mark.
There isn't anything like this that I'm aware of in Central Illinois, where this mattress outlet is operated by a not-for-profit called the Lincoln Land Stroke Support Network.
That is correct.
And the whole purpose of this operation is to provide employment and funding for stroke victims.
Yes, sir.
What a cool idea.
We think so too. First, thank you and welcome.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate you coming out here. Yeah, this is all about helping people. There are 90 people in our directory, and unfortunately, we continue to grow. There are about 40,000 people who will have a stroke every year in this state of Illinois. So as we grow, we thought we would try and help ourselves. We have a 6-point plan, and selling mattresses, we think it's a good idea. Everybody needs a good night's sleep. To take stress away, give people a chance to sleep well and not have another stroke or a heart attack or something like that.
Tracy, you are yourself a stroke survivor.
I am.
And the other employees here have all been in that situation too, and they're at various points of recovery. So the point here is the mattresses really are a health issue, aren't they? Because if you can provide people with a good, comfortable night's sleep, you've done a long way to restoring their health.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
And in this place where we're going to get a good look at this, it's a unique place too, because not only do you have mattresses in a showroom like you would see other places, you have Dream Suites where you can actually, you can go and get a little privacy and try the bed out.
That's correct.
Isn't that neat?
Oh, yeah.
What an idea.
Yeah, we don't think that there are any other stores in town that do this type of service to the customer.
Let's take a little walk around.
Sure.
Huh? This is like I say, this is your big showroom. And we're out off near Prairie Crossing in Springfield, and you've only been here about 4 months.
That's correct.
But you had a couple of good months during that time, didn't you? Oh,
absolutely. And we're told now that tax season, people getting their tax returns, this should be a really good season for us too. Sure.
So in February, March, and April, when they start sending in their taxes and they start getting their what's coming back to them, they want to spend it on a mattress. That's not unusual.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Now, we're not going to look at each one of these. We're going to get a chance to look at some of the mattresses that you have here. And we're going to map some mattresses, which I'm going to find very interesting, because they have this new technology where you can lay on a pad and it will read out how comfortable you should be on that particular mattress. But in the meantime, let's walk around and show this facility, because we were talking about the Dream Suites, and let's just take a look at what that means.
Okay.
You've got a variety of rooms here, and these are all bedrooms. Let's go in this one. And you've got them painted, and you've got murals on them for very comforting situations. It makes me want to go to sleep.
Oh, we tell people here it's okay to sleep here. I make the joke that if you snore, we will wake you up. So,
if I were you and I worked here, I'd know right where to go for a nap.
I'm told. I tell people that I miss my afternoon nap now, and people look at me like, why? You're in a place where you can sleep anytime you want. That's right.
What kind of mattress are we looking at here?
This is it's called a chiropractic. This is a memory foam, 7-inch memory foam. And on top of the mattress is this pressure mapping mat right here. This has 2,000 sensors in it, and through the new technology of a tablet, this connects to the mat, and it gives us and the customer a chance to find the best mattress for them.
So can I try this out a little bit later?
Absolutely, I hope you do.
And then you'll be able to map out my hot spots, I guess.
Yes,
the
sir.
places where I would need comfort.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good deal. We'll give that a shot later
Okay.
on. Let's keep moving down the hall here.
We have another suite here. Some of these mattresses are on adjustable frames. The heads go up, the feet go up. There's a massage, there's a wave, and that kind of stuff. That's another memory foam, 10-inch, with the pillows and everything. So
memory foam is very big, isn't it, these days?
It has been, yeah, ever since Tempur-Pedic came out about 15, 18 years ago. Yes, sir. It's become very big.
Now, are these also memory foam?
These are all memory foam. We call this our kids area, full, and then 2 twins. Again, memory foam.
Yeah, and you could bring the kids in if they want to see how it feels to jump around on their bed. Then
we welcome them to come in. Absolutely.
Your stroke survivors have for a long time been knitting stocking caps.
We have, yes.
And that's a really good look at the variety of caps that they've knitted. I guess these are all for sale?
For $5.
For $5. Oh, they're beautiful.
Yes.
They are beautiful. And the scarves too on the door.
Absolutely.
Look at these. These are all for sale. Those are neat. So your folks that who have good working hands and can knit, they're doing this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have one gentleman, and I'll use his name, Al. He had his stroke 16 years ago, and he can't use the right side of his body.
Yeah.
But he does knitting left-handed with a loom, a round loom. So anyway, welcome to our Julie Suite.
And you call it Julie Suite, why?
Well, it was unfortunate that Kate's daughter passed away last year, so we named this suite Julie's Suite.
Okay, in memory of Julie.
Yes.
Okay. This is the biggest one, and it has the most expensive mattress.
That's correct.
Okay.
These are latex mattresses. This is the world's best.
This one over here is the world's best?
And this one is called the Nature, and they're both on adjustable frames. And it's all about, when you buy a mattress, there are 2 components. What's the word?
The mattress itself here?
Yeah, the mattress. You have a support, and then on the top you have the comfort layers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And we even have a chance to allow people to pick beds that husband and wife, they have different tastes on mattresses. They can buy, one can buy this one, one can buy this one, and we can adjust the legs so they come up level. That's the word I want.
Sure.
So, yeah, we can make things work for.
And then in this case, this one with a remote control, this is adjustable, and you can have a variety of areas to take pressure off either your back or your legs or whatever.
Absolutely. We're told that, and we're learning that people like the zero gravity. They can get in bed and set it to their perfect position, and then all you do is hit the remote, and there they are.
Good deal.
So.
Okay, the next thing I want to do, I'm really anxious, Tracy, to find my mapping for my perfect mattress. Can we do that next?
Oh, we can.
Okay, let's do it.
We can.
Let's see how that works.
Let's do it.
Okay, we are about to test this mapping procedure, and we're going to find out how where I'm most comfortable on this particular bed. Clark Steigerwald, you're going to do the deed on this, but first, you've been involved with the Stroke Network for years.
Well, yeah, for about 8 years now.
And you actually helped them acquire this space and get this program up and going, didn't you?
That's right, right. It just so happens that the accountant who owns this building is our personal accountant. So we had a relationship to begin with, and then when we told him our story of what we wanted to do, he had this open space, so we negotiated a nice deal, and he was very kind to us.
What a nice relationship to have.
Oh, it's great, it's great.
Yeah.
They're wonderful accountants. Kircher and Associates have been around for a long time, and they've been, I think we've been with them for 15 years.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate, this is kind of high-tech stuff. This is new in the world of bedding, where you can actually show the customer what the mattress is doing for him or her as he lays on it.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go ahead
is.
and do that, and I guess I'm in the right. spot.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
And we ask people to kind of just, lay there for a few seconds, as long as you want. Sometimes
hope I can stay awake.
Yeah, sometimes we'll walk away and let them lay down there for 5 or 10 minutes if they really want to fit in. Now, I can tell you initially that you're getting a very good read on this. And I'm going to show it to you here in a second. But what we do is we look at the average peak pressure numbers, and then we also look at the mattress support area. The average peak pressure represents where on your body the sensors, the 2,000 sensors on this mat, is recording high pressure versus a nice even lower pressure.
Am I even pressured?
Right now you're pressuring very well because you're at 34.2 and that's amazingly good. Most people are in 40s and 50s. When you get them into the 30s, that's about as good as you're going to get. Now your support area is important too because how much of your body is being engulfed into that mattress. You want as much of your body to be able to get down into that mattress. And in this case, you're at about 3,500 centimeters squared. That's a good number. Actually, 4,000 would probably be a little bit better for someone of your body type. But 35, that's kind of on the edge there. But I'm more impressed with your average peak pressure. And let me show you what we're reading here.
Okay.
And now, see how that changed? When
it did. I just sat up and look. She's going to change again. Look at that.
Right. And the pressure is changing where it's becoming more pronounced in the buttocks area, which is natural.
I'm going to lay back down again and see it how it elongates. Look at that. And it really works.
Yeah. Well, better. But you can see that normally, it's hard for me to tell you right now because you haven't seen this before, but normally people have a lot of red in the buttocks area and sometimes up in the upper shoulders. We also look at the back because, a lot of people have back problems and that's where you're going to find, if there's a lot of hot yellows and reds in through there, that would be a terrible read. That would be a terrible mattress for you. In this case, this has got a wonderful read because there's very little red. As a matter of fact, you could almost just call it pink.
So this mattress is good for me.
This mattress is actually pretty good for you. Yeah, this would be a good indication. So I'm gonna record that or save that rather.
And we can go see how this stacks up against like others. If we try one of the high-end mattresses, we can see how that stacks up there.
Absolutely. Okay. And that's what we do. Now, what I want you to do though, we're going to go on your side.
Oh, on my side.
We have to do a back and a side read.
Okay.
And then all of these numbers are going to be added up and compared to each other, so that it gives us an indication of a better mattress versus one that may not be as good. And again, in this case, this is a very good read too. You're at 46. Usually when you go from the back to the side, there's going to be about a 10-degree difference, not a degree, but a 10-point difference. And so that means that you were at about 35 on your back, and now naturally you're reading 46. But what happens is, because of your hip and your shoulder, without as much padding as with the buttocks and into the back, that's going to be more bone against the mattress, less padding from your muscles and your So this is a very good reading, even though there's a little bit of red, but not much. But you've got a 46, which again is really...
It's very comfortable. I think this is the one for me.
Well, you know what? Before we ever leave, we always ask, how does this feel?
Yeah.
Don't look at just the numbers, but how does it feel to you? Because that's also going to come up and play later as we compare. Okay, so let's go off to the next one. So all we do is we wrap this up.
Pick up the shoes.
Actually, could I get Lacey to help me? Hey, Lace. Lacey, are you out there?
I think she's here, yeah.
You want to help me with this? Can you be my assistant?
Yeah.
I should have asked you before. Just roll her up for me. There we go. And then we're off to Julie's suite.
Okay. Well, Clark, the Bliss mattress folks say this is the world's best mattress. That's their marketing saying, right?
They have it trademarked.
You know what? It feels like it.
Everybody says that. This is an amazing mattress. And you're doing real well on this one, too. Your average peak pressure is at 35. Your mattress support area is at just shy of 4,000. And that's pretty good for you. That's an excellent reading. So what we'll do is we'll save that. And now we'll quickly have you go to your side.
Okay.
We'll get a reading on that. And then we'll compare this one versus the one.
All right.
The last one that we were on, the chiropractic. Okay, just get comfy in there. Kind of settle in.
Perfect.
Tell me when you feel good. And just like normal, it's going to be about 10 points higher when you go to your side. And there's a certain amount, again, naturally in that hip area where it's going to be real warm, real hot. See that one?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's normal, huh?
That's normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, again, everybody's going to have some, but you don't want to have too much of it. And that's the key. That's where the comparisons come in, because we can compare this against every other mattress that we have a customer lay on.
Oh, okay.
And we usually do about 5 or 6 mattresses. And interestingly enough, when people come in and they don't even know about the ability to do the mapping, and you tell them, and they say, yeah, sure, I'll try that. And you think that maybe they'll do 2, 3. Yeah. They want to keep going.
No, they like the idea.
And we can only do up to 6, and we run out. I have to start another session.
Can you bring up a comparison from the 2 mattresses that I tried?
I'm going to. As soon as you lay back, I'm going to get a good reading.
Get back on my back?
No, on your side, but you be comfortable where you are, instead of looking at me, because that'll throw it off.
Okay.
And that's what we tell people. You have to be kind of close to the natural position that you would
I'll
normally be in.
start snoring here pretty soon.
Well, we've heard that before, so won't be anything new. Okay, so now we can do a comparison. So if you want to come up, we'll show it right here. Here are the 2 mattresses. Here's the Cairo, here's the world's best, and when I come here, over there, now we're showing that it takes all of the numbers of the average peak, the coverage area, puts it all together, and now we have a comparison. According to the comfort index, you're at 79% comfort index, which is very high, very good, and the Cairo was 21, and that makes a lot of sense, because this is a little more expensive. That's a starter kind of a mattress that you were first on, but it gives us a good idea of...
Got it.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise. And then what we would normally do is we would now take this up again, go to another mattress. And,
neat. What a great system.
Yeah, and people love it. They really do. They truly feel a level of comfort knowing that they have a better idea of what their body type...
It's not their imagination.
It's not their
I
imagination.
thought I felt better in that one, but now they can see that the results. Yeah.
And then what we'll do is once we're all done with this, and we see the results, then we say, all right, now go back to those beds, those top 2 or 3 beds, and lay on them without the mat there. We'll leave the room, just lay on them for a little while, go to the other one, lay on that for a little while, and do a personal evaluation, because you're close enough. If it says 79% versus 68%, that's close enough. Now it comes down to kind of like a personal feel, but we give them time to do it. It's not where they come in and they just press their hand on the... that feels okay. And then they go to the next, that feels good. No, that's no way to do it.
Got it.
So...
Lacey, a lot of people are surprised to hear that somebody as young as you suffered a stroke, because it generally happens to us when we get older.
Yeah. In
your case, you had an ATV accident. Yeah. And in fact, you were in an ER and unconscious at the time that you had a stroke. And then when you came to, you found that you can tell me, how were you? What condition were you in?
I was in a daze. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know nothing.
Could you talk?
No.
You couldn't talk? What about the use of your limbs, your hands, your legs?
I could use my left hand, but not my right hand.
At the time, you had graduated from school to be a beautician, and you actually had been working for 3 months. And this just really messed up your plans, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yeah, but I'm okay now.
You still don't have the use of your right hand, but you have been able to work here. And you've been working, well, I guess, what, 6 months maybe? How is it?
Good. I can't thank Tracy and Clark and Kate enough, because it's really changed my life. So.
And I guess really too, that I'm familiar with the Stroke Support Network and some of the folks that are involved in it. And even beyond having a job, being with people that understand what's going on helps a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Tracy came up to Memorial every day, and he was asking how I was and stuff like that. I couldn't talk, so my mom talked for me. So it was really interesting. So.
I bet you're learning a lot about mattresses these days, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot.
Well, listen, you keep learning and keep working, and maybe that right hand will come back for you.
I know.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, Brian McDonald, how long have you been working at Dream Suites?
I've been working here for about 6 months now.
It's kind of nice to have a place to call your job, isn't it, after you've been through what you've been through?
Oh, yes. It feels good to be back at work. I didn't know if I was going to be able, or what I was going to be able to do. when I got out of the hospital and going through all the rehab. But it's nice to be able to earn a paycheck and have a place to go to work.
Yeah. You know, here's one nice thing about this. You've got your undergraduate degree in biology, right? And then you went through all of this medical care and rehab from your stroke. And now you've got a whole new insight on what you can do with biology. So you want to go back to school.
Oh, yes. Right now I work with as a sort of a mentor for other stroke patients, and I've gotten to enjoy the therapy side of things, and I'd like to go back and hopefully get my degree in physical therapy or something similar.
That'd be terrific. How are you now? It's been, you had your stroke about 1.5 years ago. How are you progressing? How's your physical being?
I would say that I'm about 95%. I'm not going to completely get everything back, but I'm working as hard as I can to get as much back as possible. It
still takes a lot of work, doesn't it? I mean,
oh,
I know
yes.
I mentioned you mentioned that you still work out on your own at least 3 times a week.
Oh, definitely. I go to the gym 3 times a week, and it was 2-3 days a week of rehab that, I mean, you learn that you never realize how many muscles you have to try to get back. I mean, you don't remember from the beginning learning how to walk again, or learning how to walk from the beginning, but you have to learn all the different muscles again and how to move them. And it was tedious, but I feel good for what I've been through.
In your case, you lost the use of the left side of your body.
Yes, I did.
And so you had to learn, like you said, how to take steps with that side of your body again, and your left arm. Nothing was working on the left side.
Nothing was working on the left side, and I even had facial droop in my left side as well.
And only 30 years old.
Yes.
And you must be thinking to yourself, how in the world does a 30-year-old get in such a condition?
Well, there was I think everybody that worked with me had the same thought, but they learned to enjoy me because they knew they could push me a little bit harder.
when you were in rehab?
The therapists in the rehab, they pushed me a little bit harder than some of the people they've worked with.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then you probably came back a little faster.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you are where you are. And then you never know, you might be a physical therapist in a few years.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Kate Steigerwald, you've been involved with the Stroke Support Network since 2005.
Yes.
When you had a stroke.
I had my stroke in 2004.
2004. And this group has come a long way.
Oh, it has indeed. In fact, when I had my stroke, Clark and I were devastated. We had never known anyone who had a stroke, and we were desperately looking for a support group. And then we found this one, which had a different name at the time, and it was much smaller, only about 6 people. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately because we don't want people to have strokes, we have grown to about 90 in our database.
And we are, right now, you and I are in the activity room, which is behind the mattress showroom.
Yes.
And this is going to be a real gem, because when you get this, it's a work in progress now, but when you get this where you want it, you're going to be able to have computers for people to use.
Absolutely.
Places for people to socialize. Places for activities. Back here in this corner, you've got some plans for what?
We're going to divide it with those half dividers. You know how they make cubicles for offices? And we're going to be able to offer therapy, speech, occupational, and physical. We want to do that on a regular basis, 3 days a week. And somebody just makes an appointment with the therapist, and off they go. Then the people who don't have insurance, they can have ongoing therapy, which is fortunate because many people have lost their insurance since they had their strokes, as well as they lost their jobs, which I did.
Yeah, and for instance, if you've lost your job, and you want to be in one place all day. So you want to come here where you might have some activities and be able to socialize with people.
Yes.
And maybe learn some things throughout the day instead of be cooped up at home. And you can also come over here and get some therapy and spend the day here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful because socialization is very important. Because a lot of people who have had a stroke cannot speak properly, and they're very inhibited and embarrassed by it. And we understand it. Our group, many people in here have difficulty with speech. I was very lucky. I did not have that problem at all. I had a right side stroke, which affected my left side. And a left side stroke is where your communication center in your brain is.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why people who have left side strokes, it's called aphasia. It's difficult for them to speak and understand speech. Like in Tracy's case, he was stuck for 3 days. He couldn't even make a phone call to say, help me.
Yeah, yeah. It is so important to have a network of people who you can trust and who you want to be around and who know you and your problems and your issues.
Really, we've made so many friends in this group. Truly nice friends. People I would not have met otherwise. But I thoroughly enjoy them. We have a great time in this room. We have meetings once a month, which is another social activity. And once a month we go out to dinner as a group.
That's terrific.
It's wonderful. We love to eat.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, and everybody at the network for letting us come in. A reminder to you, the Dream Suites showroom is open Tuesday through Sunday. And if you wanted to come in during daylight hours, and if you wanted to come in on a Monday, you can call for an appointment. With another Illinois Story in Springfield, I'm Mark McDonald. Thanks for watching.
Illinois Stories is brought to you by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the support of viewers like you. Thank you. For a DVD copy of the program you've just seen, send $19.95 to Network Knowledge, P.O. Box 6248, Springfield, Illinois 62708. Be sure to include the program name, subject, and when the program aired. You can also order with your credit card by calling 800-232-3605.